Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to day 17 of my vlogs. Okay, today's gonna be kind of short because I'm in a kind of a rush to do stuff, but today I'm gonna talk about something that I had an issue with even kind of early on with Chrissy, even as we were just friends, and definitely it became a bigger issue when we became more than friends. What I'm talking about is the fact that Chrissy wasn't really on, any of the, let's say, the social networks. Now, obviously it sounds weird because she was so prominent in watching stuff on YouTube and all that stuff, but, she would always just watch stuff, she would look at stuff, but she would never comment, she would never interact with anything really anything on the internet, pretty much. And you would think that that's not really a big issue, or especially to someone like me, that like someone that's trying to keep a relationship secret. But I guess it was just because of the fact that I wanted to keep that option open, that to that like if we were ever to take our relationship public to our families, that we would have the option of just being kind of passive, in the sense that we would just be what's the phrase, Facebook official. And I guess in hindsight, like thinking back on how I was, it definitely was probably for the best that she didn't like Facebook or Twitter or all that other stuff. But I don't know, I guess it was just like something where like I thought that we could have at least had something like that between us, because I kind of like that kind of stuff. When I was in high school, I used to have obviously I had a MySpace, I had a Zing, I had all that kind of stuff, and I really liked it. And for her to not, it's not so much for her not use it, it's just the fact that she didn't like it at all, like that she swore against it. That kind of bothered me, I guess you could say. And I don't know, it's like, I guess I'm trying to come up with the words, I'm sorry. Anyway, it definitely was kind of an issue, especially, not so much as when we were just friends. Obviously I didn't really care, because we could just text or just hang out or whatever. But especially as we got into a relationship, and I think it really meant, what I really mean is it reared its ugly head when, not even towards the end of '09, it was the beginning of '10, when I was beginning to loosen up, when I was just like, I think we finally have something here, like strong enough that that I could tell people about. That I was almost like at that point where I was like, maybe I can really just tell my family, because I had already told my cousin, and a couple of other my friends knew. And I was like thinking about it, and I was just like, what are we, I understood that, like, that I obviously could just introduce her in person, but to my family, I'm sorry, but it wasn't even just that, it was just the fact that when, I want to say it was, I probably should have checked before I started doing this, but I want to say it was around that time, like January, February-ish, when I finally was just like, you know what, I'll do this. And I if you're if you know Facebook, which you should probably if you're watching this, I think it was around that time where I finally just put like on my status, I just put like in a relationship, and it was funny because most of my family, didn't believe me because why would you? I never said anything about anything. The only one that believed me obviously was my cousin. That's because he knew about her and but he never met her. And I remember doing that, getting a lot of comments from my family, and I was just like, that's like the night when I was just like, it did start to become a big deal because I was like, I was weird in the sense that I just wanted something to show, like I wanted something that I could like just be like, here it is, without actually physically showing. I don't know, I'm trying to like, I know that doesn't make sense. Like, I guess you could say that I wanted to tell people that I was pretty much ready to I guess you could say officially be in a relationship with Chrissy, and especially the people that I can't just be like bring her over to a house, like I knew it was one thing to show off. Gosh, it sounds really bad because it makes me come off as like make me showing her off as like a trophy, but it's like that. When you first get into a relationship and you are ready to like become like, I guess you could say official, especially in a family like mine, especially in a Filipino family who's very close, and then like if you know what I'm talking about, then you'll understand this next part. But if you're not, like if you're from like a Filipino family, when you take someone that you're dating and you show them off to not even just your parents, even it's just your family in general, like your aunts, your uncles, when you show them, when you go up to them and be like, I'm dating so and so, they start to bombard you with questions. And I guess that in the sense that I didn't want to do that yet. I think that's what it was. It was the whole, I was ready, it sounds weird, like I said, I was ready to show her off on Facebook, but not in real life. I don't know. Sometimes I wish that I guess I'm a little at a loss for words for this situation. And if you don't understand anything what I've just talked about, then I'm sorry. I'll try to make more sense of it in the coming videos. But basically what I'm trying to say in this video was that, and it's funny because now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever asked her why exactly she didn't like Facebook and Twitter and like any form of like interaction through the internet. And I guess I just really tried to respect her opinion, whatever it was, because every time we talked about, not so much this, we just talked about like, every time, let's say like I talked about that, like putting the I'm in a relationship with someone on Facebook, every time I tried to talk about that subject with Chrissy, there would just be kind of an awkwardness in the air. And I think that's why I was just like, I just let it go, that I never really worried about it. And in a fast forward kind of, I think that really was one of the reasons that led to the downfall of the two of us, that started the descent, I guess you could say, in our relationship. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about today. Like I said, I'm sorry if it just sounded like bumbling nonsense. I usually actually do a practice take whenever I do these videos, and I wasn't able to get to that today. I did this all in one take, so anyway, that's it for today. You know, all that regular stuff. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching again, and till next time. See ya.